Hello gamers from around the world, this is Archimedes, the video game enthusiast from Germany, with my latest video. And today we have a very controversial topic. As you all know, the next gen consoles are on the horizon, and this change of console generations feels somehow different than other transitions that we had in the past. And not because the year 2020 is such a bummer, no, we all know it is, but one main reason why this leap of console generations feels different is that especially Microsoft with their new Xbox promise compatibility. And Sony has also talked a teeny tiny bit about their plans for the PlayStation 5 being compatible, and today I want to analyze. Is backward and forward compatibility in the console business a good thing for the video game industry? What are the pros and cons for us gamers? How does it change the way we play games? But first, I want to get something off my chest. My small YouTube channel has recently passed the 200 subscriber count, and I know there are tons of bigger channels out there, but for a small YouTuber like myself, this is a big deal. Since I work hard to deliver you quality content, I want to say a huge thank you. It means a lot that you support my channel, and a good friend of the content found the right words to describe you, my subscribers.
You're breathtaking! You're all breathtaking!
Thanks Keanu, and again, thank you so much. And if you want to join the awesome people who subscribe to this channel, then please consider hitting the like and subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to not miss out on future videos. This helps my channel more than you think. But now, back to what you are actually here for. Let's find out if compatibility in between console generations is a good thing for us gamers. There has been a lot of talk on social media and YouTube about pros and cons of compatibility, and I absolutely can respect all opinions and arguments, but I have seen a lot of people mixing things together and or not understanding what compatibility is or means. So I want to start with the clarification what we are actually talking about. Microsoft has spoken about the next Xbox being the most powerful and the most compatible console generation ever, and with that they have been addressing two different types of compatibility. Backward and forward compatibility, and people seem to confuse the two. So let me make it simple. Backward compatibility is the possibility to play games from previous generations on the new consoles, meaning you'll play on your Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 games from the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. While forward compatibility is the possibility to play next-gen games on your older systems, meaning you can play games designed for the Xbox Series X and or PlayStation 5 on the current-gen consoles, the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. But why is the compatibility so controversially discussed on social media and the media news sites? Let's start with backward compatibility. Microsoft promised that all games and accessories that work today on your Xbox One will work on the Series X. So all your games, all the controllers, all your headsets, etc. that you have today will just work on the next Xbox, and that includes all the Xbox 360 and OG Xbox games that are today playable on your Xbox One. Sony has also addressed backcompat with their PlayStation 5. Mark Cerny said during the spec reveal that the 100 most popular games will work on the PlayStation 5. Later, there was some mixed and, to be frank, weird messaging that they intend to make thousands of games playable, but nothing has been clearly promised so far. And now, the narrative that is spread throughout social media is that nobody wants to play old games anyway, and that the real gamers want to play new games. Well, guess what? Having the option to play your existing games library on your new machine doesn't stop you from playing new games. But I know tons of gamers, including myself, that have a huge backlog of games, or I simply like to go back for nostalgia every once in a while to play some of my favorite games of the past. And especially since a lot of gamers nowadays buy games digitally, they want to bring their library of games with them. And let me give you another reason why I think that it is important for the next generation to have backcompat. Due to the worldwide C-virus situation, we already know that games that were scheduled for the next year are getting delayed. So I expect that in 2021 we won't get as many new releases as originally planned, and then it's going to be the perfect time to go back and play some of the gems from this or previous generations. And adding to that, Microsoft promised that not only will all Xbox One games work on the Xbox Series X, they will all look and run better than ever before, meaning higher frame rates, better textures, added HDR through machine learning and more. So I really hope that Sony is listening very closely and will also bring the advantages of backcompat to the PlayStation 5. But there are definitely more challenges for Sony, cause they are new to the modern backcompat world. Besides the technical challenges of backwards compatibility, there is the licensing issue. So it's also a legal challenge for them to bring PS4 games to the PS5, and I sure hope Sony will come out in the future and tell us that we can bring our PS4 library for the most part with us. So when you put it this way, backcompat is a fantastic thing, but why do people make a negative narrative out of it? Well, one of the arguments I heard the most was old games from this gen are holding new games back. So are you thinking that doesn't make sense? Well, so do I, cause people are confusing backward compatibility with forward compatibility. Backcompat is not holding back anything and it's just a fantastic fan service. But what about forward compatibility? The messaging of Sony and Microsoft is very different in that field. Microsoft said that their first-party games that will come out in the first year or so of the next generation will also run on the current Xbox systems. Sony on the other hand has come out and said that they want games to take full advantage of the new gen hardware. Now what to make out of this? To be honest, I'm torn. On the one hand, it is consumer friendly that Microsoft does not force you to make the jump to next generation hardware to play, for instance, the new Halo. On the other hand, the new consoles offer significantly better hardware on all levels, so that we can hopefully see a complete new game design that was not possible on the current generation of consoles. And this is what Sony is advertising at the moment. But here comes the thing, I do not believe that we will see many PS5 exclusive games in the first year. They will have one or two of those AAA games that are exclusive to the PS5, maybe a Horizon Zero Dawn 2. Otherwise they couldn't advertise the system like they do it now, but I doubt that Sony will ditch the more than 100 million PS5 owners overnight. They would lose so much money and I just don't see that happening. And all third-party games will run on all systems anyway, cause the install base of the new gen is not too big in the first year or so. So most of the games that will come out in 2021 will release on both generation of consoles, meaning the PS5 will also have that forward compatibility that the Xbox is also promising. And let's not forget, games that are designed for multiple systems are always designed with the lowest common denominator in mind. And most of the games on the consoles are also coming out on PC, and not every PC does have the same specs like SSDs, ray tracing, 9 to 12 teraflops, GPUs and so on. So I expect that almost all games will be designed to be scaled to lower spec hardware anyway. And yes, that also goes for the PS5 exclusive games, cause eventually they will also be released on PC. So is forward compatibility a good thing? I think for the most part it is. Of course I would love to see games that are specifically designed for that 12 teraflop beast of a GPU, that ray tracing cores, the high bandwidth of the memory, the super fast I/O enabled through the SSDs and so on. Yes, I want to see that. And we will see those games after a few years into the generation, cause that's when devs understand the hardware of the consoles better, and I expect the minimum PC specs for games will also be increased. But now at the beginning of the generation I think it is a consumer friendly move if gamers don't have to upgrade right away, cause not everyone can afford it, and why should we gamers think that dividing our community is a good thing? But enough from me, what do you think? Is compatibility a good thing for consoles? Are you excited for backcompat? Do you think forward compatibility will hold the gaming industry back? Let me know in the comments of this video below or hit me up on Twitter. I always love to discuss gaming with the community and I share a lot of opinions on my channel. So if you want to talk gaming, just hit me up either here on YouTube or on Twitter. And please do me a favor, if you enjoyed the video don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button as well as the notification bell, and consider sharing this out to other gamers. I would greatly appreciate it. But for now, thank you very much for watching, I see you the next time and game on!